The Emirati Amal Al Qubaisi is the president of the Federal National Council of the United Arab Emirates, the region's first female leader of a national assembly, and is one of the most influential women in the Arab world. She visited Belgium immediately after the terrorist attacks in Brussels to meet the EU Commission. She belongs to the 50 most powerful Arab women in the world and fights for openness and tolerance.
When you met Federica Mogherini, the European Union Foreign Policy Chief in Brussels, you were there after the terrorist attack. How do you remember those days?
There were some advices that maybe you shouldn't go. Maybe it's better to let things cool down on the security level, and also people, their wounds are very fresh. And you, as a Muslim leader, might be seen not in the right, place. I insisted more on going because I thought it's the best time to be there for first showing solidarity, secondly paying condolences, and most importantly, to prove to everyone that they will not shake us, they will not succeed in bringing us apart.
United Arab Emirates and European Union relationship made common understanding. What have you agreed on together?
We discussed the situation in our region, in the Middle East. And I made it very explicit that we are really so frustrated because, unfortunately, extremism and terrorism is related to Islam. We can clear out all these misunderstandings. We feel that the Islam has been hijacked from us, hijacked by ill people and these terrorism militias and groups who have their own political agenda, who want to destroy all the good relations that we have with the West and the East, who would like also, unfortunately, not to see any stability in our world. And if we allow them to do this, if we believe that Islam is behind this and Muslims are really the bad guys, this will itself will be a huge success for them. We shouldn't allow it. So we join the agendas. Our agendas are alike. We are having the same war against terrorism. We have also to create immunity against the terrorist ideologies that are around us, against use of youth and children to be, a ticking bomb, to be the one who are exporting extremism and terrorism within their countries. We have also to build this together. And we discussed this, and she think that myself as a Muslim woman who is in this position is a very good example of clearing this misunderstanding, that we are, meaning of our own religion is peace, and that we are against what's happening and we cannot tolerate it. And because of that, we have zero tolerance with intolerance.
Extremist Islamists have produced a bad perception of Muslims in Europe and elsewhere. How can the United Arab Emirates deal with that?
Dealing with that abroad is to build stronger and better communication, is to come together and unified in building the right understanding and in our fight against this terrorism and these kind of perceptions that are unfortunately misleading people. Innocent people all around the world are paying the price. Having also more of gatherings and more of closer events that bring people culturally together so that they will understand each other's cultures, and they will know then, if you know me in person, if you know my family, if you know how I am, you will understand that I cannot harm you, and accordingly we will become friends. And if my children and your children become friends, nobody can bring them to be enemies, and this way we can safeguard them.
Is there anything more that the UAE can do in easing the Syrian crisis apart from the humanitarian help?
We believe that a political solution is the only solution. And we shouldn't, unification of the lands of Syria should be also maintained. It's very important to keep on this hope for the sake of the children of Syria, the most vulnerable, and for the sake of having a better future for all our religion, and not only our region, also the whole world.
Recently, it was here the first summit with the 50 women speakers of parliament from around the world. So, do you have agreed something with them?
There are more than 50 women speakers all around the world. We represent more than 25% of the parliaments in the world. This is in itself is a power. And not only that, as women, as we intend to bring all the goodness we can for our people, so that make our people, happier and make them also safer.
What do you do for the future?
My dear, we are not waiting for the future to shape us. We are working on shaping the future from now, because we know the future will have good and bad. The future is not rosy. The future is not all good. The future will have so much challenges, more than what we have now.
Emirati media told more than once Amal Al Qubaisi makes history. Which was the moment of your first win in your professional life?
Running through elections, the first elections, and being the first and the only woman who have won that time. I think I made history for my country, not for me. And from there, only 10 years later, becoming the president of the parliament. This is a great achievement that we are very proud of at the UAE, because in many countries around the world, the women took a very long time to have the right to vote, to have the right to nominate themselves, and then to become, the presidents of their parliaments. It took ages and decades. At the UAE, we excelled all expectations.
What more can be done to push women's role in society?
What's so special about us that we have been what we are gradually, naturally. We gained it because we earned respect, and that's why women at the UAE in the indicators on the international level are #1 in respect of women. And we are also have taken the #1 status in the women empowerment on the Arab world, and also in bridging the gap between and balancing between both sexes.
So there is no more gender gap?
No, there is no more gender gap. And actually now our focus is how we can help others to become and also succeed in what we have done.
In the world, you mean?
In the world, especially around us. As I said, through the parliamentarian diplomacy, but also through creating the right public opinion. And one of the most, strategic partners we need to work closely with is the communication and the media. The media have to be fair. The media have to bring the right picture. And that's why I have great respect for your media, for euronews.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Thanks a lot.
Thank you to you for your...
Thank you for your patience.